That's a lot better. This morning, now after the workout, that's a lot easier. So, into the next part, stretching. Nice hamstring stretch. Now, as you can see, I'm also flexing my back. Now, if I was to straighten my back and try and isolate the stretch to my hamstrings, I will be here. So in actual fact, it's not the biggest stretch. What you're seeing is back flexion as well. But I'm almost there. Good. Now I need to stretch my calves. Now, a good exercise I like for stretching calves and hamstrings in one is a downward dog. So let me show you a downward dog. So hands on the floor, you're going to brace yourself here. Don't want you to face plant. So what you're going to do is go from being on all fours to then just straightening your knees. Now your heels are going to be off the floor a little bit. The idea is you want to try and encourage your heels down to the floor. As you do that, try and almost point your bum up towards the sky. Now there you should get a stretch down in the calf. If you don't, what you can do is bias. So I bend my left leg, push my right heel down into the grass to get a bit more stretch through my right side. Flop it over, bend the right, push my left heel down to the grass, keeping my left knee straight of course, and then I can bias the stretch and find, and I'm just adjusting my position to then find the good stretch. Yeah? So I can come off, or I can go a little bit further. You're just going to the point where you can feel a nice stretch in the calf. It shouldn't be too uncomfortable, but you'll definitely be aware that you're doing the stretch. The other stretch that I like, especially in this isolation time, everyone's inside, mostly sitting down, is to stretch the hip flexors. Now the hip flexor muscles are made up of iliacus and psoas. One comes from the spine, the other one comes from the inside of the pelvis. But what they do is, if you spend a lot of time sitting, these muscles are prone to become tight. When they become tight, then when you try to stand up, you have that muscle tightness. It can increase lumbar lordosis. It can encourage or almost bring on back pain further on down the line. So whilst we're all sedentary and at home, let me show you this stretch. I like it. So again, if we start on all fours, all you're going to do is slide. Oh, I'll swap them over. I'll do my left leg. Actually, I'll do my right hip flexor stretch. So I'll move my left knee forward, then I slide my right knee back. And as you can see, it's now becoming a straight line between my knee, my hip, and my shoulder. Now to get a bit more of that stretch, can you see? I just increased that stretch there. Now I'm going to come up. Now in this position here, I'm going to get a hip flex stretch. I'm up nice and tall, it's good for the back. And in that stretch, I'm going to take deep breaths. Yeah, I didn't say deep rest, I said deep breaths. Excuse me, dry mouth. So up nice and tall, should feel the stretch. You might even feel the stretch into the lower abdomen. But that's a good stretch there. So that's my left side done. If you don't have that stretch, what you can do is straighten the knee. If you look there, there's it relaxed. Straighten the knee. That's going to give you more extension at the hip. Should give you a bit more of a stretch. Okay. I'll stop talking now so I can focus on my stretch. Ideally, you want to hold the stretches for around 20 to 30 seconds, but you can hold them for longer. Nothing wrong with that. If you stretch one side, always stretch the other side. So one knee slides forward, the other one slides back, and up nice and tall. Good. Now on this side, I don't really feel the stretch, so I'm going to have to straighten the knee. There, so I hope you could see that there. Now I've got a good stretch. Now I'm just going to encourage extension. And breathe. Good. Okay, I'm going to do that stretch forwards as well so you can see. See a little bit. So, 4-point stance. I'm going to bring one knee forward, take the other leg back. Yeah, and the stretch I'll find here on the left hand side, and the idea is we look up. Yeah, and I'll show you changing to the other side. Bring one knee forward, slide the other one back. So for me, my knee's between my hands. For you, it might be different. It's not where your knee position is, it's the stretch that you're getting on the leg that's back. Yeah, ideally you should be able to breathe. If it's too uncomfortable and you can only get back here, then just find a comfortable hold and hold there. If you find the stretch eases off, as the stretch eases off, you can then slide the leg back a bit further. If it doesn't ease off, don't slide back. Next time we keep working on it, and then you should find that you're able to slowly eke this back. You also need to focus on your breathing, and although it's easy to say, your relaxation into the stretch. Because if you're trying to stretch, which is lengthening the muscle, you won't be able to lengthen the muscle if you're holding on. So what you have to be able to do is to go to the stretch, hold where you're comfortable. So before, you might only feel the stretch about let's say a 4 to 5 out of 10. Now this is stretch feeling, not pain. At that point, you have to be able to switch off, relax. At that time that you switch off and relax, you may find that the stretch increases a little bit. As you get used to performing the stretch, you'll be a bit more used to how your body responds when you relax. And then the idea is that you progress the stretch out and progress the length of the muscle without causing pain. But a little bit of stretch discomfort. There's a difference between stretch discomfort and pain. Stretch discomfort, when you release the stretch and stand up, within 10 seconds, nothing. Pain, you release the stretch, you stand up, and you're aware of it for the next 4 hours. Difference. Okay, that's me done.